Have you ever visited a website that took your breath away? It's so beautiful. Great design can make your website stand out from the competition and look more professional. But what if you're not a designer or you don't have months or weeks to study design principles? Don't worry. Ahead, Podia user M. Connors is going to share 3 design tips in less than 10 minutes that will make your website pop.
I'm here from the Creative Bodega. I want to share with you 3 tips that I think can really take your Podia website to the next level. So instead of it having it look a little bland, a little boring, there's a few little tips, tricks, hacks that I use to really make my website stand out and pop. I get messages all the time from people saying, who did your website? Did you hire someone? And I'm like, no, I took a day and I sat down and I figured it out. So that's what I encourage you to do. The beauty of these Podia websites is that there's only so much you can do. I'm sure that's a drawback for a lot of you, but for me, I'm not super techie, to be honest. I love Canva and I know everything inside and out there, but any other platform, I'm like, don't make this hard. I want an easy learning curve. That is what made me fall in love with Podia's websites, is that I could figure it out in a day and literally build my entire website in a day, because there aren't as many options as you have in, say, a WordPress, which I had, and it overwhelmed me to no end, which is why I ended up leaving it. So let's go through these 3 tips, tricks, and hacks to make your website pop. All right, the first thing I want to go through is how to create a custom background using a brand photo or just a photo that you like, and having the text really pop on top of it. It's something people struggle with both in social media posts made it into Canva as well as on their websites. So let's pop into my Podia site, and I'm just going to pretend I'm going to remake this section essentially. So I'm going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to add a text. I'm going to go to design, and I'm going to choose a background image to upload. So let's grab this one. I have that ready and it is uploading. Okay, so it will show up as very faded and washed out. And for me, my automatic text is black. The first thing I'm going to do is click on this custom color theme. So we're going to click on that. I need my background to be darker. So this is my default background color. It is a brand color of mine. But for these purposes, I want to bring that all the way down to black. Now let's go back. My heading, I now want to change from black all the way up to white. And same with my text. So let's bring that all the way up to white. So now we've got some contrast going, but I can't really see my photo. So the first thing I want to do is I want to bring this grayscale all the way down. I don't want any grayscale. I'm going to bring the contrast up, and I'm going to start to creep that opacity up. So that's still hard to read for me. So I'm actually going to bring it down even a little bit more. So that's what that would look like. Now let's grab some additional text so you can see a bit more what it would look like. All right, so that's starting to look better. Now let's grab the headline of this program and bring that over here. And last but not least, I would like it to be centered, the content. So that's what it's going to look like. So maybe it's a little dark. Let's go back into design and go into opacity and bring up a little bit. That's good. So that's what that would look like. Of course, you can add a button like I have, but it is incredibly important to have a darker background than your text is, so it's easy for people to read. And now I want to show you something else that I use. So you can see right here in the Canva Collectives offered 2 times a year, I have these fun little shapes. So I really love to use a website called fsymbols.com. They basically have unique emojis or shapes and symbols. So if you scroll down, the one that I really love to typically go to are the arrows. I use a lot of arrows. They have a lot of ads. Just hit close. And here are all the fun arrows. So when I'm bullet pointing something, I will use this arrow. And once you click on it, it copies it. So then you can just go and paste it. So let me pop back into my website and I just literally paste them in here. So I'll just paste that one that I just copied and there it is. So it's a really fun, easy way to add some interesting elements to your site to make them look more unique. The other thing I do is I use emojis. So here I use these skull emojis because I'm talking about just like things that make you die, overwhelm and having to post every day and all that. I will pull up, I just Google copy and paste emojis and this site came up. So you can search whatever emojis you're looking for and they will come up here. So you have to click on it and then hit copy right here. And then you can go back to your site and simply hit paste. And then it just showed up right there. So emojis and F symbols again are a very fun way to add some visual interest and make your website pop. Last but not least, I follow a bit of a pattern with my sites. So you can see I have the photo background with the white text on top. Next, I have a solid color background with text on top. After that, I still have the solid, but I'm using the card option in the Podia site builder. So this is what plain looks like, which is what this top one is. And now I'm using a card. I could also have used a more fun background here if I wanted to, and I might actually change that. Next, I go back to the plain. After that, I use the confetti background, an interesting sort of background. I could even change this to be the card format to make it stand out even more. I actually like that better. Back to solid, back to pattern. So I'm basically going pattern, solid. Using photos is a big one. I feel like a lot of websites don't use enough photos. It's all text and it's just so hard for me to digest and consume. That's what I've got for you today. I hope that helps you on your Canva and Podia website building journey. You can find me on Instagram at the.creative.bodega, or my website is thecreativebodega.com, built entirely on Podia. Good luck, everybody.